I think. And I think you will find that they have what seems to me to be an infectious enthusiasm for the new opportunities that come with being virtual. Staying connected musically and as people is important for all of us. Being virtual makes it easier for musician friends to participate. So feel free to share our online content with your friends as they can experience SOGO virtual too. So I'd like to thank all of our SOGO family for being here. I'm excited about our program and the unique experiences our young musicians will have in 2020. Working together now will make us even better and stronger when we're able to gather together again in person. I've got one quick note. We're making a recording of this event and we'll post it as soon as we can. And so now crank up the volume on your electronic devices and I'll turn things over to Mr. May to get things moving.
Okay, thank you, Milt. Hi, everyone. My name is Cameron May, and I am the music director of SOGO. And together with Mr. Allison, we oversee this operation and work with our colleagues and staff members to bring a meaningful experience to all of you. So this is the kickoff for the Debut Orchestra. So hopefully there are no academy or conservatory folks in here. They're a little bit later. So I'd like to start by introducing the conductors for the Debut Orchestra. First of all, we have Miss Jennifer Marin. If you want to unmute yourself and say hello, this is Miss Marin.
Hello, everyone. It's so great to see familiar faces and some new faces. And I was just thinking as I was kind of perusing everyone that the minute that I saw your faces, I instantly started to think of past memories, past musical memories, or great auditions that I heard. And so I'm really looking forward to this year. I'm actually really looking forward to the challenges that we're going to have doing something virtual, but I think it's going to be great, and we're really going to, I think, put out a wonderful product, and it's going to be a great time getting to know everyone.
All right, thank you, Miss Marin. Your other conductor for the Debut Orchestra is Mr. Travis Cipher. If you'd like to unmute yourself and say hello, this is Mr. Cipher.
Hello, everyone. It's good to see a lot of people and familiar faces and some new faces. And just want to echo what Miss Marin said. Just really excited to get back to making music, even if it's in a little more unique setting, but really looking forward to it. Thank you.
Okay, great. So next up, as this will be old hat for those of you who have been with us before, but for those of you who are new, especially, not only do we have a wonderful staff of conductors, and you just met your two conductors for Debut Orchestra, but we also have a staff of teaching artists. These are specialists on each instrument, and Mr. Allison is going to introduce all of you to the teaching artists.
So we had our teaching artists put together a really short video for each one of them, and so it's like roll call through all of them, and we came up with our artistic staff has a total of 597 years of experience playing their instruments, and 389 years of teaching experience, and 142 years with SOGO. So just a second. Hang on for a moment.
Hello, SOGO.
Hang on for a second, because I was just told that my volume was way down, so I'm trying to figure out to get my volume up. So here we go. That should be better. Thanks. Okay, here we go. Let's start with Mrs. Whipple.
Hello, SOGO. My name is Jean Whipple, and guess what I teach? I hope with this temporary online experience that I'll be able to help you get that music that's in here out there for the rest of the world to see.
Thank you, Mrs. Whipple.
Hello, SOGO. My name is Daniel, and I am the clarinet TA, and I am really looking forward to making music together in some capacity again. I've really missed it, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Hey SOGO, I'm Elliot. I'm your oboe TA. And even if we're doing SOGO online this year, I'm still looking forward to helping you guys make a beautiful sound, and we get to make some of the best classical music together. I'll see you on Zoom.
Hi SOGO, I'm Dan Muse. I'm the bassoon TA, double reed TA, and I'm looking forward to making music with you this year.
Hi, SOGO. My name's Liz Ward, and I'm your horn teacher, TA. I want to welcome you all to the 2021 season. Whoops, I got to zoom off. Bye.
Hello, SOGO. I'm Dr. Ed Sandor, looking forward to the joy of making music with all of you this season.
Hello, SOGO. My name is Dan Craig, and I am so looking forward to learning about and performing orchestral music with all of you.
Hello, SOGO. My name is Aaron. This is my trusty tambourine, and something I'm looking forward to this season is making amazing music with some awesome student musicians. High five.
Hello, SOGO. I'm Mary Jo Ridholm, violin coach, and I'm looking forward to our group playing Hovannes. Hovannes loved youth. Bye.
Hey SOGO, this is Damien, and I'm really looking forward to getting a haircut someday. I mean, making beautiful music with you guys this year. I'll see you soon.
Hey SOGO people, I'm really looking forward to seeing all of you again, as well as making some new friends. And it'll be great to play some great music. See you soon.
Hello, SOGO. I'm Joseph Bixel. I'll be the cello coach for this season. I'm looking forward to making beautiful music. It's going to be a lot of fun. See you all soon. Bye-bye.
Hello, SOGO students. My name is Nick Masters. I'm your bass TA, and I'm really excited to be back and to be making music with you soon.
So those are our SOGO TAs, and Mr. May is going to talk a little bit about how we're putting SOGO together this year.
All right. So this is just a general overview, a little bit of philosophy on how we came to where we are and just what rehearsals are going to look like. So you may have seen from the initial communication that went out, the rehearsal for the Debut Orchestra will be from 3 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. And it will be split into 3 half-hour segments. So the first half hour will be led by the conductors, Miss Marin and Mr. Cipher. And this is when we will talk about things that apply to the whole orchestra. We'll talk about practice techniques. We will talk about problem spots for the whole orchestra and solutions to those problems. General amazing fun facts about the music that we're playing, and this is just a chance to play together as a group. We obviously understand that you won't be in the same room hearing the whole orchestra's sound, but we do want to have a time where the whole orchestra is together, at least seeing each other and talking about the same things all at the same time. So that will be the first half hour of every rehearsal. You'll be all together as an orchestra working with the conductors on a piece of music. In the middle of the rehearsal, we will send you to virtual sectionals. And these will use the breakout room feature in Zoom. And this is where you'll spend time with the teaching artists whom you just met. and you'll be in a group in your section, by your instrument with your teaching artist. And this is where you'll talk about things that are specific to your instrument or specific to your section. So some more instrument-specific pedagogy, practicing techniques that apply to your particular instrument, how to prepare your individual part, playing for each other, specifics for the recording, sharing around of ideas. This is kind of a smaller, more intimate setting where we can really play for each other and get some feedback and really have some time to spend with a smaller group with everybody playing the same instrument. And then we'll come back as a group, and there will be some other activity in the third part of the rehearsal. Again, either led by your conductors or by a guest. And this will look different depending on which week and what needs arise during the season. So some of the loose activities we have planned right now, you'll have some sessions on music theory, you'll have a session on music history. We might have some student performances depending on how the recordings are going. We might talk about goal setting. We might have other stuff that the conductors come up with, but we also might have guests coming and doing activities with the orchestra as a whole. The nice thing about this virtual platform is we can bring in folks from really anywhere, and they can join and lead us in an activity. We will also, starting about the second week or so, we're also going to have some prompts, just because we recognize that the opportunity for socialization is not ideal in this virtual platform. So we're going to plan to either open up the rehearsal Zoom a little bit early or stay on a little bit after the rehearsal ends, and just have some discussion prompts and activities. So this might be, pet show and tell, or what is your I don't know, what's the strangest thing that you've eaten, or something like that. But just general kind of get to know you, fun, silly activities. We'll have a little bit of that each week, about 15 minutes. So that's the general format. Every rehearsal will follow this framework. The activities within the times might be a little bit different, but every rehearsal will follow this format. Our concert was originally supposed to be on November 1st. That is when the students will be submitting your final recordings, and we'll be building you up to submit your final recording on that date, and that will be the last time we meet together for the fall on Zoom. And then we will be editing the videos, putting everything together, creating the virtual orchestra performance. So we're not preparing at this time. We're not preparing for a live performance like we usually do. We're focusing on process of learning and putting something together, and this virtual product. The final product will be, as you've seen probably from many professional and youth organizations, a virtual orchestra performance of the piece that we're going to be working on. And we will be premiering everybody. Each group will be putting together 1 or 2 videos, and we'll be premiering that sometime in December with the whole organization. As we would normally for a season concert, we'd have all the groups get on stage and play their pieces. We'll be doing some virtual version of that sometime in December. So that's what we're working towards. And we'll be, like I said, same framework, slightly different activities, but with that goal of having everybody's recording and putting together the virtual orchestra. So it will sound like an orchestra at the end, even if it doesn't feel like it along the way sometimes.
Thank you, Mr. May. And now we have a special guest with us. One of the cool things about what we have is we can bring somebody in all the way from Iowa, and he didn't have to drive even. So please listen and welcome to Mr. Andy Classen. And Andy has a tremendous amount of background through the pandemic in putting together these kind of virtual performances. So Andy, we're so glad that you were able to be with us today.
My pleasure. I just want to play something because I haven't played for people in a long time. That was Rocky. Woo! So I don't know why I did that. So yeah, so this I'll just tell you the story. So as with you, even as students, everything shut down in March, right? I was playing in 2 professional orchestras, a professional big band. I was set to play a bunch of Broadway shows, and my life was busy and full of music, playing with great musicians, and then it all stopped. And I'm sure it was hard for you too. I was just alone with my trumpets and nothing to do. And Des Moines Symphony had a thing where if you recorded something, they would put it on their website. And so I recorded myself playing a trumpet sextet. And then I was like, this is fun. And it's something. And, I can learn from this and I can grow from this. And so then the next one was bigger. It was like eight trumpets, and I added some different instruments. And then I was like, well, I should add some drums and bass. And so I got some friends to come in. And the process, all of this is with a click track, because that's the only way you can play together from a distance. So you're going to play with a click track. You're going to play your part while hearing other people's parts or a pre-recorded thing and trying to match and blend with that. And those are things that I learned from doing this with myself, was working on my releases, working on consistency of dynamics and consistency of articulation, and playing in tune. And for a lot of it, I would just have a tuner on my stand to make sure that I was, playing in tune with myself. And then putting it together with video and coming up with a product. So I have a few philosophies that I've adopted through this pandemic. One is something is better than nothing. So even though you're not playing with your friends and you don't get to make music for an audience, it's better than nothing. It gives you something to be motivated to do. And the other one is turning obstacle into opportunity, meaning, okay, some people see this obstacle. I've heard this phrase. Obstacles are those things you see when you take your mind off your goal. So if your goal is to play and make music, some people will see this obstacle of, I can't leave my house to play with other people, and go, okay, well, I'm done. But I was like, I got to do something. And so I started this thing, and I got into it, and then I got it more and more crazy, and I got like Malaguena was like 20 different me's with mellophone and trumpet. And then hold on, I was like, I need some low end. I'm just a trumpet player. So I bought this, which is a bass trumpet. Yes, not many people own those things, but now I'm one of the proud owners of a bass trumpet. And that was fun because it was really a very different instrument. It's like pretty much a bell front baritone, and it's got a baritone mouthpiece on it. So that was something new and fun and challenging. So don't look at it as an obstacle. Look at it as an opportunity to learn some new things, learn about technology. When you record, if you're using even basic software like Audacity, you see the waveform. So you can see, are your tracks good? Are your dynamics good? Is your time good with the click? And so I have used it just in improving my own playing. And through this process, you can improve your own playing too. And yes, it can be fun. I think it's fun. So that's all I got, unless there's any questions. But I'm really glad to have the opportunity to talk to you all and hopefully get you a little fired up about the new normal. Thank you.
Andy, that was awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. And we earlier this week sent out the link to Malagueña, and a lot of us watched it. And I actually should have probably put a little bit of it here. But thank you so much for joining us 2 hours ahead, and we'll see you at our next time for the Academy and Conservatory.
No problem. See you.
And nice T-shirt. A proud SOGO wearer. Awesome.
And by the way, I don't think we mentioned this, but there is one of our senior trumpet players from last year, Jay Klein, graduated from Olympia High School this past spring, and he is now in Iowa studying with Mr. Classen. So there is a connection. We didn't just pull him out of thin air.
Yes, and check out my YouTube channel. I got a lot of these things, and that'll give you an idea of what you're going to be doing over the next few months.
And it's going to be cool. It's going to be absolutely fabulous. Thanks again, Andy. And I just wanted to mention there are a few things that will be really kind of different that we can do. Part of how we decided to go virtual was we started partnering, which you can when you're virtual, partnering with actually a youth symphony in Tampa, Florida. And there's going to be more about that. But we're going to be able to do master classes and some kind of events that will not be on our regular SOGO day. It'll probably be a weeknight or something like that. But we're going to have master classes where we bring in local and national players that will be helping, like just the cellists, or just there will be, now it's not just for cellos to attend, but or somebody on a brass instrument, or somebody on a percussion instrument, or somebody on a woodwind instrument that will be helping 2 or 3 of our students, and then we can all learn from those. And master classes are wonderful opportunities to hear from a master and how they approach the learning process for students our age. So it's an amazing opportunity. And again, we're not limited by locale, which is absolutely amazing. And that's why we were able to have Andy join with us, and do check out his YouTube channel. It's absolutely amazing. And we actually are having some alumni, some of our alumni and some alumni from the Tampa Youth Orchestra also are going to be in a panel discussion talking about what are possibilities, because one of our alumni right now has been, well, right now he's living in Olympia, by the way, but he's been directing musical theater on Broadway in New York, and he's planning on being, his name is Michael Gazzetta, and he with 2 or 3 other people from our alumni pool are going to be sharing the different ways and different tracks that they took and how they used their music in their ongoing life. Amazing. So we're also doing, like I said, this collaboration with Tampa, and we're going to have some of our musicians join their program. They do a Monday evening rehearsal. Some of our high school students are planning on doing that already, and some of their high school students are going to be planning on joining our orchestra too. Tuition free, by the way. So it's going to be pretty cool. But there's more to it than that, and you're just going to have to stay tuned. But if, as a musician, you shall always stay tuned anyway. So just get it together. Here we go. There's a thing that has to happen for you to get some of the things that we're offering, and that is to pay your tuition. And to pay your tuition, you need to go to studentorchestras.org, and there's a donate tab on the main page, and you click on that donate tab, and you click on the donate on the menu, and you click on that donate button to pay tuition. It's just that it'll come an option for what you're supposed to do, but you need to include the musician's full name when paying, and a lot of you have already done this, which is absolutely fabulous. And you will receive then, within this week, you'll receive the link to go to Google Classroom, and I'll tell you why that's so important, because that's where you're going to get a lot of the really, really cool stuff. So again, click on the donate tab, click the donate on that menu, click donate button to pay tuition, and then make sure you include your musician's full name when paying, because that's very important so we can track it. Then, if you have any questions about like payment plan or scholarships, you can contact our SOGO bookkeeper at gmail.com for any of these. So if you think you need a payment plan, we can work that out for you. Or if you need a scholarship, a financial scholarship up to half of the tuition, there's a little form that you need to fill out, and that's on the website. And then also for our high school kids that are in conservatory orchestra, if you've played for at least 4.5 years, or 4 years, 4 more years, in SOGO, you can get a merit scholarship for half of your tuition. And there's information, but those have to be done like pronto, like today. Anyway, and that doesn't apply to our students that are here anyway, because they're not in conservatory orchestra. But there's also a military discount, and it can't be used with any other discount, but it's there because we love our military folks and their children and their families. So there you go. And now we're going to talk a little bit about what you will find. You'll get a link once you've paid, and the link will look something like these. All right, but you'll get a link that will allow you to get sheet music, audio files, which includes sometimes the click tracks and sometimes not the click. We'll have files that don't have the click tracks for you to play around or play along with and rehearse. And there'll be other materials like information about composers or music history or music theory stuff that we'll be doing. So you'll go into Google Classroom, and you'll go to the Debut Orchestra site, and you'll be now a member of that class. And then you'll get the link after your tuition is paid, and your part assignment will also be found on a list there. And please give our staff a day or two to process your payment, though. So don't panic if you don't get the file right or the link right away. It'll take a couple days or so. All right. But if you don't hear back from us after a few days, make sure that you do tracking with us. All right. The links, like I said, will look something like this. Yours will say Join Debut Orchestra in Google Classroom. You'll click on that. You'll join the class, and you will be so much happier for so long. And Mr. May just wants to share about our rehearsal schedule.
Yeah, so I accidentally jumped the gun and did this at the beginning, but just as a reminder, so next week is Labor Day weekend. So we're not starting next week. We're starting in 2 weeks from today, starting September 13th. You will be rehearsing from 3 o'clock, starting at 3 o'clock, and your rehearsal will finish at 4:30. As a reminder, it'll be half hour with everybody, half hour split up into sectionals with your teaching artists, and then coming back together again for the last half hour. So that will start in 2 weeks on September 13th, and that will continue through November 1st, which will be the day that you submit the final recordings to make the virtual videos. And at this point, all we can tell you right now is that this is the plan for the fall. In any given normal season for the Debut Orchestra, we get through a November concert, and then we take a break until January. We don't know at this point what's going to happen when we come back in January. But by the time we get through in the next couple months, we'll know, and you'll know. So just stay tuned on that. And Miss Marin's going to jump in with something as well.
I just wanted to put in a little bit of advice that rehearsal actually starts at 3 o'clock. So that means that musicians need to be logged in and ready to go at least 5 minutes prior to that. And you'll just be in a waiting room. But we just want to be able to start rehearsing with our whole group all together, logged in, ready to go at 3 o'clock. So that's going to mean you having to get on your computer and get your instrument and all of the things that you need ready to go so that we can just start right at 3. That's all I wanted to say.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you so much, Miss Marin. Yes, as we say, downbeat is at 3. So make sure you're ready with enough time that Miss Marin and Mr. Cipher can really get things kicked off right at 3 o'clock. Excellent. So yes, this is our method of operation starting in 2 weeks and continuing through the beginning of November. And then again, once everyone submits the videos, then we'll be taking a break from meeting together. That's when we'll be editing the videos and putting together the virtual performance, and that will happen sometime in December. And we'll communicate all of that with you as it gets closer as well. So before we open it up for a Q&A, be thinking of, and maybe we should have said this at the beginning, but if you have a question, go ahead and type it in the chat, and we'll get to that in a second. But while you're thinking and while you're typing, Mr. Allison just has a couple more comments.
Right, and I do want to make sure that I mention that the music is assigned a specific part. So if you are you want to make sure that you look at your list to make sure that you're getting the correct part too. It's very, very important. And just note that we had a summer music program where we did a virtual program, and it was highly successful. And we learned a lot from that, but you know, we're going to learn a lot doing this. Just our first couple of rehearsals are going to be not as good as the next couple of rehearsals, more than likely. And so we're all figuring this out. And so just asking you to be kind and gentle to one another. And if you have questions, send those out. We really want this to be the best experience it possibly can be, and we want to try to nurture you and your musicianship and as a person as well. So we look forward to that. But we want to make sure that if you have any questions, if parents or students have any questions, we're going to open that up. I'm just going to put us onto out of the share screen and go into full screen. So if anyone has a question, we'll try to answer it as best we can. Good to see all those faces.
I sent you a chat question, or I sent someone a chat question.
Okay, I didn't see a chat question. Go ahead and just ask it.
So if we paid the tuition, will you send the link out today, or you said it would be a few days?
I don't know how fast our staff is going to be able to negotiate all that. So just give them a couple days. They may be able to get some of those out today, but it's kind of a convoluted way that they have to process it to make sure they're crossing all the T's and dotting all the I's. I'd like to say yes, but I'm not sure. That's a great question, though. And I see the chat now, so if you have a chat, you can put it in there or just call out.
We're also quiet. All we hear is your clock, Mr. Allison. So feel free to stick around. We'll be here for about 10 minutes, and then we'll need to get the other meeting started. So we're just really excited to be back with you all. We've missed you. It's been a bit of a lonely summer. So we're looking forward to getting going on this. And thanks for being with us. And whatever we do, I'm glad we get to do it together. And we really can't wait to embark on this journey with you. So thanks for being here, and lovely to see all of your faces. And if you are in the midst of typing a question or have something you want to ask, we'll be here for a few minutes. But if not, then be on the lookout in the next few days for a link to get into Google Classroom and to download your music and information about getting started. And we will see you on Zoom in about 2 weeks.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. Looking forward to seeing you in a couple weeks.
Good to see everybody.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
You bet. And I thought it might be kind of fun to end with a little bit of Andy Classen.
Oh, some exit music.
Some exit music. Let's go. Oh, that went to Facebook. I don't want to go there. No Facebook for us. There we are.
That's a picture.
Those are just images.
Just images. Oh. Oh. I should have had this ready to go. When I grow up, I'm going to get really good at this stuff.
Wow, Mr. Allison.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Zoom takes it.
Yeah, it's really.
Let's do Malaguena.
This is amazing.
It's pretty quiet so far.
So
there you go. We'll just do that in an orchestra version. All right. Do I have, well, I did have a last parting shot. I actually do have a really dumb joke to share. Actually, I think it's just fabulous because I have found that I have this really amazing ability. I have this amazing ability that I can now tell what is inside of a wrapped package. It's a gift.
I'm sorry I asked.
You should be sorry.
Said this one last time.
Well, so you're enjoying it twice. Hey, I'm going to end the meeting. Good to see you all. See you in a couple of weeks.
Thanks a lot.
Bye-bye.
Everybody.